From Sacramento Queens to the NBA playoffs for the first time in 16 years, the Kings are back at it again. Get ready to meet the EuroLeague Prince, who's leading the charge for the most surprising team in California, Domantas Sabonis. But there can be no prince without a king, and in this case, it's basketball's legendary king of Europe, Arvydas Sabonis. Check out what made Domas' dad special and what similarities were passed down from father to son, all while Sacramento Kings history is being written right before our eyes. Stay to the end to see why Domas Sabonis, even in the shadow of a basketball legend, is preparing to shock the world and do something his father never could. Born on May 3rd, 1996 in Portland, Oregon, Domantas Sabonis was brought into this world with basketball in his DNA. His Lithuanian father, the Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis, was a true trailblazer for Domas, and literally hooping for the Portland Trailblazers at the time. The legendary center was in his 30s and just came to the league after his illustrious European tenure. As a solid low-post player who could move around the paint with ease, pass the rock with flair, and knock it down from distance too, he made the NBA All-Rookie First Team and actually came in second in both Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year voting. Big Sabas took the Blazers to the playoffs that season, but they lost in the first round despite him averaging a double-double with 23 points and 10 boards per game, his NBA playoffs career high. It's a shame that the USA never got to see Arvydas in his prime, because before the bright lights of the NBA, Arvydas had a journey to the top made for the history books. At the time, life overseas had erupted with political tensions during the rise of the Cold War. Arvydas was being tortured at practices with Team USSR, as he believed he and other Lithuanian players were being mistreated for their nationality. Famed head coach Alexander Golmelski would send the squad into harsh training in the mountains for the pre-Olympic camp. Still, Arvydas and the team survived and successfully brought home the Olympic gold from Seoul in 1988, just 8 years before Domantas was born. During this era, Arvydas Sabonis was a true force to be reckoned with on the court, and a true innovator for the game of basketball. His unique style of play, which combined traditional big man skills with guard-like ball handling, passing abilities, and even a three-point shot, set him apart from his peers. He had a great understanding of the game and always seemed to make the right play at the right time, often leading small Lithuanian teams to beating the Soviets in their own tournaments. It was the way he dominated the game from every aspect that earned him a pretty fly nickname, the King of Europe. Arvydas won multiple EuroLeague championships and MVP awards, a FIBA World Cup, and was actually considered one of the best centers not just in Europe, but in the entire world during his prime. Even in an era that included Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Unfortunately, Arvydas also suffered several injuries early on in his career, which forced him to miss multiple seasons and even led some to doubt if he would ever be able to return to the court. This wear and tear on his body then followed him into the NBA, eventually shortening his career. Still, the big Lithuanian was determined and worked tirelessly to recover and come back even stronger time and time again. It was this love of the game and perseverance in the face of difficulty that would inspire Arvydas' young son, Domantas, to be great. At an early age, Domas was a sponge for the game and quickly learned from his father's experience and knowledge. He played high school ball in the States, but when the family moved back to Europe, Domantas joined the Spanish league team Unicaja Malaga, where he started his professional career at just 16 years old. He declined a paid contract though, in order to stay eligible for NCAA, and committed to Gonzaga University in 2014. Domantas was a key player for the Bulldogs right away and took them to the Elite Eight, where they eventually lost to the future NCAA champs Duke. Still, Sabonis was named to the NCAA Tournament South Regional All-Tournament team. Domantas had also made his father proud by hooping for the Lithuanian squad. In 2015, he made history by being the youngest player ever to play for the national team. When Domantas Sabonis declared for the NBA draft in 2016, he was selected 11th overall by the Orlando Magic and traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he played for 4 seasons before being traded to the Indiana Pacers in 2020. In Indiana, Sabonis proved that his game is a perfect fit for the modern NBA. He transferred from power forward to center, showing his ability to play both positions, shoot from outside, and make great passes. Now in a Sacramento Kings uniform, Domas just reassures everybody that he's a matchup nightmare for any defender. Being an excellent rebounder and a fierce competitor on the boards, he has now established himself as one of the best big men in the league. Watching him play today, you can see that Domantas has inherited many of his father's qualities. As a gifted passer and playmaker, he can set screens and move swiftly, create opportunities, and capitalize down the rim. Domas is averaging 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists per game this season and is leading the Kings to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. His versatility and his ability to rebound the ball is causing major problems for opposing teams. He's also a strong and physical player with a good basketball IQ and understanding of the game. Domas is a team-first player and a great leader, always willing to do whatever it takes to help his team win. But arguably the most impressive thing about Domantas is his consistency. He's been able to maintain a high-level performance throughout his career, and this season is no different. He's been a double-double machine and has recorded multiple triple-doubles, making him one of the most productive players in the league. Domantas was recently named Western Conference Player of the Week after averaging a triple-double that week.
From the Sacramento Kings.
Yes.
Domantas Sabonis.
18 points, 14 boards, and 10 dimes. It's also worth noting that the stats prove Domas is one of the most efficient players in the league. He's a shooting career-high 61% from the field and making a career-high of 3-pointers per game this season. He's even been a key player in the Kings' defense, averaging 1 block and 1 steal per game. The Kings are now a team on the rise, led by a young core of players, with Domantas at the forefront. The team is poised to make a run in the playoffs, and they have a real chance to make some noise and surprise some teams and their fans. The Kings haven't made it to the playoffs since 2006, which ironically is around the time Arvydas retired, so it's fitting that the team is making a comeback and the year Domantas is leading the team. As the EuroLeague Prince, His Lithuanian Highness is leading the way for the future of the franchise, and his father's legacy lives on through him. It's rare that sons of all-time great players become exceptional themselves, yet Domas is proving that the Sabonis name is still one to be reckoned with in the world of basketball. But can he eventually lead the Kings to do something his father never could, and win a championship?